Most people think freedom means having no rules. They believe that standards are restrictive, limiting, and oppressive. So they avoid setting them. They live without clear boundaries, without structure, without rules for themselves. And they call it living freely. But what they don't realize is this: a life without standards is not free. It's chaotic. Standards are not about being perfect. They're not about impressing others. And they're not about control. Standards are personal laws. They define what you accept, what you tolerate, what you refuse, and what you commit to, no matter how you feel. Without them, every decision becomes emotional. Every impulse becomes an option, and every moment is negotiable. And that's dangerous. When you don't decide your standards, something else does. Your mood decides. Your cravings decide. Your environment decides. Other people decide. You wake up one day and realize that your time is wasted. Your energy is drained. Your decision is unclear. Not because you're unlucky, but because nothing in your life is non-negotiable. Everything is optional. And optional lives drift. The cost of living without standards is not immediate, it's subtle. It shows up as low self-respect, constant second-guessing, inconsistent behavior, quiet frustration with yourself. You don't trust yourself because you've proven over and over that your word doesn't mean much. And when you don't respect your own word, nothing else feels stable. Standards require sacrifice. They force you to say no when it's easier to say yes. Stop when you want to continue. Begin when you want to delay. At first, this feels restrictive, I know. But that feeling is not oppression, trust me. It's the old version of you resisting the structure. Once standards are set, something changes. Decisions become easier. Life becomes quieter. Your mind stops negotiating with itself. You don't ask, should I do this today? You already decided. That's peace. Not comfort, not pleasure, peace. Strong men look calm because their lives are ordered. They don't debate themselves all day. They don't chase every impulse. They don't explain their discipline. They have standards and they live by them. That's why their presence feels solid. Because men without standards are easy to influence. easy to distract, easy to manipulate, easy to control. If you don't define your rules, the world will happily define them for you. And the world's standards are shallow. Trust me. Comfort over growth, pleasure over purpose, ease over integrity. The moment you set standards, you draw a line. You say, this is who I am now. Not someday, not when things get easier, now. That moment is uncomfortable, I know. But it's also the moment your life gains weight. Remember, freedom does not come from having no rules. Freedom comes from choosing your rules and living by them without apology. The cost of living without standards is a life that never feels solid. The reward for setting them is something rare today: self-respect. And anything worth building begins there.